$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, I have to tell you, man, there are some weird things happening in 2020. We have got we've got a fine edition of this dog howling, but it is a very, very strange howl. Somebody says that when you listen to this, it sounds like it's a man trapped inside a dog's body.
That's not really a dog, is it?
I know, that sounds, yeah. I mean, it sounds...
I've clicked on some thumbnails where it sounds like that were being made.
Yeah, wow, that's a dog. Yeah, take it easy, buddy. You don't have to make the face with that.
I don't know how else to do it.
Well, maybe, how about not do it? I don't need to start my day like that.
You do it without making the face.
Oh, I don't want to do it at all. Okay, Rev, I don't know what you're doing. Some sort of opera thing. If Steve is shaking, like he's just decided he's going to throw the bodily stuff.
Well, how else do you make that little quiver thing?
Wow.
I'm sure the dog was moving his head when he did it.
Yeah. All right.
What do you want from me?
I really didn't want anything from you, but
I didn't sleep last night.
Why? What's the matter with you not sleeping?
Stupid Seahawks always going to keep me up on that.
Right? Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. And by stupid, the greatest team ever.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, I see you're wearing a Seahawks shirt today. You decided to make it a Blue Monday?
I just decided to wear a Seahawks shirt because I was so excited about last night's game. There really wasn't a lot of thought put into it. Pulled it out of the dryer, and I'm like, you know what? I'm wearing this bitch.
It was weird because I'm like, it's not, I don't understand. It's Monday, and he's not wearing black.
Well, you know, sometimes you just got to change it up.
You got to change it up. All right. Well, it's nice to see that you're still celebratory mode. Good for you.
Oh, man. I could not sleep last night. I just kept thinking about how much I love that team.
Oh, wow. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, you have to get to bed though. I had the same issue. Well, I didn't think about how much I loved him. I thought about, damn, I hate these Sunday night games that do this.
Dude, we were talking about that yesterday afternoon, my wife and I. I'm just like, ugh. I love Sunday Night Football because it's cool. It's on like the big, it's like the prime time game. It's like the spotlight's on the Seahawks, and that's awesome. But I hate these Sunday night games because it always ends with something that's going to keep my heart racing.
Yeah, they give a good game. I think that, that more and more of them are like, hey, listen, we have got to put the Seahawks on because they are going to give a great game almost every time. It's like they've come up with like the most weird Disney endings to every Seahawk game. Like it's like a weird movie, and it's like the most impossible things happen, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is how they're going to end this game. Okay, I'm going to take it. That's good. You're sitting there going, I'm fine with it. They got the W. Yeah, it's like, okay, so we're expected to believe the guy who we thought was going to make magic in the fourth quarter, who threw an interception, is somehow going to make magic with less time. It's okay, and throws it to a guy who, I mean, arguably drops it in the end zone. I know some people are saying that it wasn't a drop, but it was a drop at the end of the day, and then throws it right back to him, and then boom. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Seahawks win.
And of course, that's exactly the perfect way you'd want it to go because it took time off the clock for all that ridiculousness.
Yes.
So you go, you know what? If you get more downs you use, it's better. And wow. I mean, so many things happened that the coach for the Vikings made, mistakes that he made that gave us the opportunity. I still wonder if he got paid off.
I almost feel like he wanted to get fired after that game.
Yeah. I don't my brain was
That's
hurting.
his resignation letter to the Minnesota Vikings organization.
Yeah, it really is. We'll obviously talk more later on this morning with Mitch Levy. Maybe he can tell us why, but it seemed like everything I saw was just like, I'm not a football expert. I have never done anything in the sport. And I feel like that was a bad move when I saw it happening. I was just like, I don't.
But if it worked, people were like, he's a genius.
Yeah, he's a genius.
He's a genius.
I mean, we'll see.
Or not. I don't know.
I mean, they put a stat on the screen, sort of making him look like he was an idiot for trying in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's what so I'm not too sure genius is going to be used with that guy.
Oh, man.
I don't understand it. But you know what I do understand? We're 5-0 for the first time, baby.
That's right. Someone said, stop lying, Steve. You fell asleep with your Hawks shirt on. You just wore it in this morning. I sleep naked.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
That was okay. But okay. Wait, is that the sandwich we want with you going, and then you're sleeping naked? Is that how we want? Do we want this thing to end this way?
I don't want any sandwiches with Steve naked.
I'm with you.
Danny doesn't seem all that opposed by it, though.
No, I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Danny.
That's right.
Yeah. Danny needs concussion protocol. Okay, that's what
Probably
Danny.
true, actually. Yeah. Danny and I were like exchanging non-FCC friendly texts throughout that game. Like, what the F is going on right now?
Yeah, that's how I know.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Okay, fine. You guys can have your sandwich then. All right. And speaking of that, there's a church that has to get a new altar. Why? Well, because they had to replace the old one because the priest had a threesome on it.
Oh.
What is happening in 20... Yes, chalk it up to 2020. Steve's got the Mix Report for you at 6:17.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Mix Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Kia Pure for giving us the Mix Report. And today is the day to pull your pork, people. Happy National Pulled Pork Day.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, yeah.
So maybe while you're pulling your pork, you can also kick some butt because it's also National Kick Butt Day. So kick butt and pull your pork.
Did Roddy Piper used to say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amongst chewing bubble gum and other stuff.
All right.
He made sure to pull your pork.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this, guys. It's a very weird transition because I'm going from pulling your pork to a man that's in trouble with his church because, well, Travis was having a little bit more fun than he probably should. This is a pastor in a Catholic church in Louisiana, and he was just arrested a few weeks ago when somebody walked by the church at night, the church that he was the pastor at, heard some strange noises, and then saw the following things. This is the best part because I guess the whole thing was clearly visible from the street. Travis was having a threesome with two women at the altar.
Oh, that's some holy water right there.
That's right. Kneel down.
Dang, I got some communion for you.
He was still wearing his priest robe.
Oh, yeah, he was.
While using... They were playing with some toys.
Okay.
Both women apparently were dominatrixes.
Oh.
And I got a feeling that maybe they were trying to make a movie out of the whole situation because they were using the stage lighting and 2 cameras were filming them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they were making a movie, so he was just acting.
Well, with COVID, a lot of churches are now doing virtual
Yes.
sermons.
Yeah, so this was okay.
Well, the person that saw this, he pulled out their phone and they called the cops. Travis was arrested. But I think the best part about this whole thing is then the church had to get themselves a new altar, and they performed a ritual on that altar to, quote, restore its sanctity.
Oh, really? I didn't know there was a sanctity ritual for altars that have been defiled by threesomes.
They probably had to look really, spend a lot of time on their little sanctity book to figure out exactly what they needed to do in a situation where a priest of your church is having sex with a couple of dominatrixes while filming it at the altar.
So that means it's happened before if it's in the sanctity book.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or now it is in the sanctity book because it's the first time they've had to address this situation.
How many Our Fathers? How many acts of contrition? I don't know, Jimmy. We're going to need rosary. We're going to need it all. Just bring everything.
Imagine walking by that church and that's what you see with the stage lights on. I don't know why, but the stage lights makes it even more awesome.
Well, yeah, man. You just,
nice production.
Yeah. It's a great production. Hey, let's talk about last night. Last night was pretty incredible.
Oh, what happened last night? I don't know.
Seahawks are now 5-0 for the first time in franchise history. I mean, with a dramatic comeback in the rain, defeating the Minnesota Vikings 27-26. I mean, the team basically sucked for the entire game.
Yeah,
they were terrible in the first half. They were down 13-0, and honestly for the rest of the game as well, except for under 2 minutes in the third quarter where they scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They get 21 points. And then at the end with that 94-yard drive at the end of the game where Russ led them to win the game. I mean, and also to stop at 4th and 1. I mean, other than that, there really wasn't much to talk about with the Seahawks. They were terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
And who cares? Yeah. They won. That's all that matters, boys.
That's the amazing thing. When you win a game like that, you go, wow, it takes games like that to have a magical season.
It reminds you of that Super Bowl season, man. When you look back on that season, you think fondly of how they crushed the Broncos, Caesar, in the Super Bowl. But besides that game, every game was a nail-biter.
Yeah.
And again, the entire season, there were games where you thought for sure there's no way they're coming back, and they found a way to come back.
It's so true, man. And so it's hard not to believe the magic.
Pete did have one regret about that game, though, yesterday.
Oh, what was that?
I have a regret. I have a major regret that the 12s weren't here to see that one, as well as all these other games that have been here in this season. And I hope you guys believe like our guys believe. That was an amazing game tonight, and it was hard and tough and started so poorly. And at halftime, obviously you saw what happened right as we came out. At halftime, our guys were clear that we could score a bunch of points and we could stop them, and all of a sudden the avalanche just hit.
Could you imagine that place if CenturyLink Field was full with fans?
Yeah, and there people are saying, and Collinsworth said that if it was full with fans, he probably wouldn't have gone for it on 4th and 1, the
Solid
Vikings
point.
coach.
Yeah, that's very true, because it would have been so loud, they would have just screw that. That's not even worth going for. But that place would have just been, I don't know if anyone, I think people would still be partying outside of CenturyLink Field.
I think you're right, man. That's just another miraculous Seahawk game.
Another big comeback for Russell Wilson, his 34th comeback to win a game.
That's insane.
And here's Russell talking about it.
We didn't get discouraged. The score was just 13-0. That's all I kept telling the guys. We stayed neutral. We got the ball back. Second half, we were lights out. Those 3 possessions in a row, I think it was 3 possessions in a row maybe. And it was just really special how we stayed the course. Guys kept believing, and it was really special that we were able to just keep believing. And that's why I've always told you guys that to have no doubt, just keep believing, something great's going to happen.
It wasn't Russell Wilson's best game of the season by far, but when it comes down to it, found a way to win the game. And KJ Wright, I think, summed it up best on how most people feel when they think about Russell Wilson.
You have Russell at quarterback, anything is possible. And his Hall of Fame career is he just keeps adding to it. And I love him as a teammate, love him as a man, and that was just special that he keeps doing that.
How about KJ Wright, man? 10 seasons in the league. A lot of people thought, he's done.
Yeah.
And he's just been on fire the entire season, including last night when he had that insane one-handed interception.
That was pretty awesome.
And also picked up that fumble, too. The recovery.
He had the wherewithal to do it because a lot of folks just would have said, oh, that was a pass, and just let it sit there, and that was huge.
One thing that I love after the game, they sometimes have video running in the locker room, and Pete Carroll, the way that he talked, reminded me a lot of the year they went to the Super Bowl, where it was all about, you can't win the games in the first, second, or third quarter, but you win them in the fourth quarter. He went back to the old saying.
Can you win the game in the first quarter? No. Can you win the game in the second quarter? No. Can you win the game in the third quarter? No. Can you win the game in the fourth quarter? so much belief. What a freaking night that was.
What a freaking night that was, BJ.
Dude, I know. It's just unbelievable.
And shout out to whoever on the team decided to turn on and off the lights when they were all yelling. Because there's a video of it, and it's like all of a sudden it's a strobe light going. I'm like, yeah, we got a light show. So much fun. Oh man, you got to think. I don't know if you watched any of that Cowboys game.
That was horrific.
Oh
yeah, that was really that's tough.
Yeah, man,
that is so tough.
Dak Prescott the injury was just gnarly. I know Danny texted me. I wasn't watching. I was in the middle of just organizing stuff in our house. I ran to the TV and they. And then also went online and you watch the footage of it and you're just heartbreaking to see him and he's crying as he's leaving the field. I mean, his ankle just got snapped during the game. The Cowboys ended up winning the game with Andy Dalton. Now, talk about having a great backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, you never thought you'd need him, but thankfully they had him around. They ended up winning 37-34 against the Giants, but that did not look good for Dak Prescott.
You talk about, can he come back from this? Because the ankle's a tough part of the body to mess up.
Man. Alex Smith came back.
He did come back. You're absolutely right.
And, they didn't win, but, he got sacked like a billion times. And, in fact, one of the players on the other team on, the Rams, I believe, even said, he can't break his leg. It's indestructible. I don't think he was trying to break his leg. He was joking about how, the fact that, you're sacking this guy who had a bad leg, and he's getting up and he's fine.
Yeah. Well, let's hope the same for Dak because those injuries are those ankle injuries are tough.
In the NFC West, the Rams, like I mentioned, they ended up winning their game. The Cardinals won their game. They beat the Jets, but the Dolphins crushed the 49ers 43-17.
Garoppolo did not look so good.
No. Tonight you got Monday Night Football, the Chargers and the Saints, and then there's also going to be Tuesday Night Football because of all the COVID craziness that's going on with all the cases and stuff. So you got the Titans taking on the Bills.
Yeah, Tennessee is, if you look at their record, you're going like, wow, they've only played 3 games, and it's because of COVID.
That's right.
Yeah.
They can stay undefeated if they keep getting sick.
That's a good point. Yeah, best season ever.
Probably not how you want to do it.
We didn't finish it, and there was talks where they might have to extend the season a week because of all this ridiculousness.
Yeah, it's 8 team schedules have been rearranged because of what's going on with this.
Tuesday Night Football, I don't even know how the Bills, I don't know if they have a bye week coming up, but how do you do that?
Seahawks got a bye week coming up. Not a bad time to rest up.
Yeah.
5-0 going into the bye week, pretty badass.
And without Adams, seriously, the fact that we're 5-0 without him, and boy, we could have used him yesterday. That's for sure.
Last night, the LA Lakers, they just won became NBA champions for the first time since Kobe won it for them back in the day. So it's been 10 years, a big quote unquote drought for the Lakers.
Yeah,
and
big drought.
Of course, this was their 17th title. Man, though, that was quite the win for the Lakers.
It's hard to believe, though,
they beat the Heat pretty bad.
It's hard not to look at LeBron James and go, he's probably so much better because, he's won 3 championships.
He wants your respect, damn it. That's what he said.
Is that what he wants? Well, he's got my respect. He's won 3 championships for 3 different teams. It's like when people go get him, they win a championship.
And LeBron, he got his 4th Finals MVP trophy because of his performance.
He's kind of a good player, I heard.
One guy who I guess wasn't going to be up for MVP is Quinn Cook. I don't know if you were paying attention.
What happened with that guy?
He plays for the Lakers. He is definitely not the most valuable player. He's actually the most forgettable player. They forgot him in the bubble. After they celebrated and won the championship and did all their partying in the locker room, they get in the team bus to leave the bubble, and they realize they forgot Quinn.
He's the MFP.
This is my favorite part. So teammate J.R. Smith, he's doing a live Instagram video or some social media live video on the bus talking to buddies when it dawns on him, oh, crap, we left Quinn behind.
QC. Can't see it. We left QC, bro.
They talking about, bro.
Hey, yo, QC said tell him back and get him, yo. Jeez, we left him. We left QC, bro.
QC got the fly. QC got the fly, boy. We was looking for you.
Nobody's telling the bus to turn around and get him.
No, we just left him.
He's got to fly.
Yeah. Hey, QC.
Hey, QC, hit up Uber.
Yeah. Sorry about that, QC.
As far as weather, 59 degrees. We're going to have some more rain. Hope it's supposed to get a little bit cloudy and sun maybe later on today. It'd be nice if the rain stops for a second.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that's the Major Report. That's what's up.
That's what's up. Yeah, we're getting our early fall.
Oh, the wind was nasty last night.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was stressful, though, because I'm watching the game. I don't have my cable yet, so I went to we got the cable guy coming this week to put the cable
I forgot about that.
So I went over to Lowe's and got one of those antennas, like the fancy, like.
Oh,
I've been living the old school life, man. Back in the day where you really only had 3 channels in PBS. I watched This Old House this weekend.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. On PBS.
Still running that?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And they got a new guy that's doing like the Bob Ross painting. I'm learning a lot about what's going on PBS.
There's a new guy, Bob Ross painting.
I don't know who this guy is, and it sucked. It wasn't even fun. Like, the guy was kind of creepy, and the art wasn't even that special.
Wow.
I don't recommend it.
Isn't that something you have to, watch Antenna TV?
It's so weird.
Wow.
But the problem with Antenna TV is that sometimes the signal goes out. So the wind and the rain is just causing it to... That last quarter where it was super windy and rainy, man, I was about to put my foot out the window just to try and get a better reception.
Oh, I forgot about those days, too.
At one point, I'm holding this black bar that's the antenna just to try and get so I didn't have to have it cut in and cut out while I'm watching the game. Can we stop with the rain so I can finish this game?
Oh, dude, you are living the old school life.
It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That whole antenna living.
But hey, it works.
Well, kind of.
It's better than nothing, dude.
Oh, yeah, agreed that it's better than nothing.
I didn't want to watch the game on my phone. It was $20 worth every penny.
Yeah.
Especially with honestly, if they lost, I would have been mad. I probably would have returned the antenna. I'd be like, this thing doesn't work. The Seahawks lost.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm sure there was a victory that was out there, and your antenna didn't show it to me.
Right.
Yeah, that's what happened. On Friday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What is the name of the home of the Greek gods?
Oh, that would be Foxes.
No.
Nice.
I don't know. Krypton.
No. That's it.
I'm going to go with Famous Dave's.
No. Ooh, nice.
Barbecue. Just in case.
Famous Dave's is the home of the Greek gods. I had no idea.
Great mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah. Legit.
Haven't had Famous Dave's mac and cheese. All right, I'll do that. All right, I'm in. The answer, by the way, you're looking for is Mount Olympus. You want a shot at beating Steve? 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.